Picture becoming the president of a new African country that just got independence. You're dealing with a lot of tough problems. Your country used to be ruled by British and now it's really poor. There aren't many roads or schools, and lots of people are sick because of diseases. Also, there's been no rain for 2 years, making things even harder. Plus, your country's money is only stable because of help from its old ruler, British. You want to improve things for your country, like other nearby countries have done, but not by sacrificing people's rights or democracy. You want your people to have a good life and still have freedom and rights. Here's how you'd make that happen. What resources do you have? You should first take stock of what your country has to offer. Cattle farming, vast wilderness, mineral deposits with no tools to get them? Anything else? Indeed, this task seems more challenging than anticipated. Let's focus on the mining sector. You secure a substantial loan from the International Monetary Fund to acquire the necessary equipment for tapping into your abundant mineral deposits. With that, you can export it to the Western world and use the money to pay off your loan, as well as keep the government running smoothly. Wait, running the government? Everyone is uneducated and unskilled. Who will run the country? British, yes, the British. Those who are part of the colonial administration can continue to work here until a large enough pool of qualified locals develops. No problem. So with the mining rigs up and running, you can sell the minerals to the rest of the world, becoming an export-focused economy. You would personally negotiate a trade deal with the European Economic Community so that you can start importing and exporting goods freely. The money you earn from these trades can be put into improving healthcare and education. By sharing ownership of mining companies between the government and private investors, half of your country's income comes from mining. This helps keep taxes low and can even bring in more money than you have to spend. This means lots of money for the people and big investments from companies in other countries. It also means you can stop using the South African currency and make your own money with your own bank. Now your country's economy is growing faster than any other in the world. This means farmers get help from the government, people get vaccines to prevent diseases. Everyone has access to education and healthcare. Airports are built. Birth control is available. People have phones and access to technology. And even simple things like slippers are more widespread. At the same time, civil rights and the rule of law are still being protected. Because you're still using the 1966 Constitution drawn up by the British, it means you still have to respect the rule of law. And that means free and fair elections. In 1969, Botswana had its second vote for president after becoming independent. No surprise, you were elected again with almost 70% of the votes. Then in 1974, you got even more votes in another fair election. That shows how much people like you. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, however, as all around your country you are surrounded by the racist regimes of Rhodesia and apartheid South Africa. They do not like the fact that you, a black man, are shockingly running your own country. And, get this, doing it well. Also, your wife is white. Big no-no for racists. Until now, you didn't even need an army because you focus more on poverty reduction than military spending. You never went to war with anyone, so why would you need them? But now, groups supported by Rhodesia and South Africa are attacking your country's borders. To keep your country safe, you make the Botswana Defense Force in 1977. You also help start the Southern African Development Community. This group helps other countries in Southern Africa depend less on South Africa and Rhodesia. In 2019, this region had a nominal GDP slightly bigger than Switzerland. In 1979, you were elected for a fourth time with 75% of the votes. Unfortunately, you die in office only a few days later and your vice president takes over. But he is just as popular as you. And to this day, your party has consistently been re-elected every election. Since you became president, there has not been a single military coup, major rebellion, or civil unrest. With a proper education system, 90% of your citizens are able to get an education up to age 13 at the very least. In the past 20 years, infant mortality is down 16%, tuberculosis down 76%, STDs down by 2/3, and malnutrition down by 1/4. In just 13 years, the wealth of your citizens increased 10,000%. Not bad in relation to some of the other countries in the area. Today, your country is seen as one of the least corrupt and unstable in Africa. It has saved over $7 billion in foreign money. Each year, more than 270,000 tourists visit, even though hunting animals has been banned since 2014. In 2019, your government got rid of a law that said same-sex relationships were against the rules, making it one of the first countries in Africa to do so. That's not to say your country is now a utopia, though. Nepotism, unemployment, over-reliance on mining, erosion of free speech, as well as a huge AIDS crisis had been plaguing your country in recent times. But with an educated and open-minded population, you should believe that these problems can be fixed. So how do you make a poor country rich? 1. Use your natural resources wisely. 2. Focus on what works, not just what sounds good. And 3. Make sure everyone has rights and follows the law. Interestingly, it was actually the vice president of Botswana who did these things.